In this video, we're going to be tying the Mother's Day caddis. This is primarily a egg-laying caddis. It's tied on a Tamco 100 SPBL. The bead is a Kelly green, silver-lined, midge size glass bead. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach some fluorescent green UTC thread at about the 70% point of this hook. And I use this green thread so that it doesn't turn this nice bright bead into an opaque color. It's going to be nice and bright. I just took the thread behind the bead and back right over to the front of it and run it straight up to the tie-in point. I'm going to do a couple turns of the whip finish. Make sure that's tight. And reattach our black UTC thread. To finish the rest of the fly out. At this point, we'll put some super fine black dubbing on this thread. I always start with a little bit of dubbing on a lot of thread. That'll give you a nice little tight noodle of dubbing. Really helps when you're tying really small flies. I'm not too concerned about the width of this because I'm going to make several passes on this body. I'm going to go back to the bead and back up to the front. What I'm going to try to do here is make the same diameter of the body that the bead is. We'll make one more pass down and back up and we should be done here. A little dubbing wax on the finger just to get a little tackiness so we can get a little purchase of that dubbing. Also, when I am putting that on the thread, I'm really spinning it on hard. Okay. And I'll bring the thread back up to about one eye width behind the eye. Just make a little thread base. That'll keep all my other material from sliding. So I'm going to tie in a little underwing. And the underwing is some flash. It's 2 pieces of red accent flash, about 4 strands of pearl accent flash, and 2 strands of mirage flash. I'll just bring that right up to the base of the body. At this point I can cut that off just a little longer than the body itself. Then I've cut, cleaned, and stacked some bleached yearling elk. I'll lay that straight on top of the hook. Spin my thread, tighten it up because it's kind of been hanging there a while, loosening up. I'm going to make 2 wraps, fairly loose, and then I'm going to pull and tighten towards my chest. At this point I can let go of that hair and it won't spin on me. But to make sure it's secured in there, I'm going to lift these butt sections up and make wraps in between each crease. Now that wing is really tied in at several different spots. You should never have any problem with your elk hair wing spinning on you. And I can separate the wing from the butt section. And I'm just going to go in at about a pretty tight angle. Cut all of that out. And at this point with my thread, I'm just going to go in and clean up this section. Okay, what I've done is I've prepped some rooster hackle where I've measured it and gotten the right size, and then I've pulled some barbs off the stem so that when I tie this in, the stem is going to be right at the front of the thread wraps right here and all the way back to the base of the hook. And then it's also going to give me a little room so that when I start to wrap this, I have a little bit of bare stem. Just bring my thread right up to the front. There's that bare stem wrap. And I'm just going to work this forward. Give yourself enough room to finish this fly off. Not crowding the head. Trapped a few thread fibers, you can always go in and snip those off. Tighten my thread back up, and then all I need to do is whip finish. And Mother's Day Caddis.